He said he'll never leave you, nor forsake you, that he'll be with you to the end of time. Oh, hello, welcome to Sitting Pretty with AGP Pearls. As you already know, all my queens, we always stay pretty, and for all my kings, we always stay fly.
Get your crown right.
Y'all, I'm so excited today, y'all. We have another special guest. I told y'all that I am being obedient to what God told me to do. He said testimonies. So God, y'all, we are going off testimonies all this month, and even next month, y'all. I'm already booked, so I just want to just give God the glory first of all for being able to make this outlet for everyone. So we have Mr. C.h.u.r.c.h here in the building, y'all. He's gonna give y'all an amazing testimony on today, y'all. I'm so excited. I even want to know what his testimony is about, y'all. So I'm just saying. But yes, y'all. So I need y'all to stay tuned. I need you to like this video. I need you to subscribe to this channel. I need you to also share. Sharing is caring, y'all. Already know what I say. Sharing is caring, okay? So make sure you share this video. So we have the pleasure of Mr. C.h.u.r.c.h being here, you guys. I want you to let everybody know where you from.
Yeah.
And also let them know what Mr. C.h.u.r.c.h means.
Okay, I can do that. So watch this. It's funny. I'm from Montgomery, Alabama, but listen, I claim to rep Duval like it's my own and my own. So when I be out and about, I tell them, man, I'm from Duval. Man, I love this city, man. I love Jacksonville, Florida. I love the atmosphere. I love the people. But honestly, I'm born in Montgomery, Alabama. Mr. C.h.u.r.c.h is a rebranding by God. So I've been doing music for 13 years, and I was really just doing it as a ministry tool, man. I never thought about taking it serious. Okay. I've been a part of a lot of, I ain't gonna say a lot of ministries, but quite a few ministries. And God has this unique way of always connecting me with the youth. And once they found out that I had the gift of music or rapping, then I'm always part of the youth program. For about 10 years, I rapped under the name of Rod the God. And it, like I said, it was just Youth Sundays. We gonna turn up and we gonna peel the roof back in the building, and that's all we wanted to do. And then 2019, God turned my whole world upside down.
Wow.
And really left me with nothing, if I can be honest. Nothing but Him and my purpose. And so I said, okay, God, I can't do nothing that I used to do. Everything that was my norm is gone. What do I do from here? And He said, music. And I said, okay. And almost simultaneously, He said, we're going to do a whole rebranding. And I said, okay. And He said, I want you to change your name to Mr. C.h.u.r.c.h. And I said, okay, God, that's kind of broad. What, where are we going with that? And He instantly gave me the acronym. So Mr. C.h.u.r.c.h is a breakdown. I am Mr. Change, Humility, Unity, Righteousness, Character, and Hope. I am the church. I don't just go to church.
Awesome. I love that. I always want to know what that means, y'all, okay? But that's good. That's deep. When God give you something, you have to use it and you have to be obedient to it for real, because that's how you prosper. He's taking you where He want to take you. Yep. And I get what you're saying, because I remember when I was shifting one way, I actually resigned from JSO. I thought that was going to be my career, but God shifted me a whole nother way 2 years ago and was like, no, this is what you're going to be doing. So I'm just grateful that I was obedient to what He was sending me. But that's awesome. So can you please let everybody know where they can find you at on social media and also your music?
Definitely. So I try to keep everything unified. That's what my management tells me, to make it easy for people to find me. So everything on Facebook is I Am the Church. I Am the is together. There's a space, church. You look that up on Facebook, you'll find me. Or I put Mr. C.h.u.r.c.h. You put Mr. C.h.u.r.c.h in on Facebook, you'll find me. That's without the acronyms. It's just straight Mr. C.h.u.r.c.h. On Instagram is I Am the Church 3 all together. I-A-M C.h.u.r.c.h 3. I Am the Church 3. TikTok is the same. I Am the Church 3. You put those in, you'll find me. That's really the 3 that I really use like that to really connect and socialize with people. And my music is everywhere, man. Thank God for technology and its digital platforms. If you put in Mr. C.h.u.r.c.h as the acronym, you can find my music everywhere. Right now, I got about 8 or 9 different singles out. My latest single is Yahweh. Just dropped on June the 2nd.
Yes.
It's definitely a crowd pleaser, get the crowd hype.
Yes.
And so, man, listen, all support is welcome. And I'm grateful for it, man, because you don't have to, but you do it because you choose to. And because you choose to, I love you. And
yes, I like it. I like it. Y'all make sure y'all follow him on all his social medias. Make sure you go on every music platform, y'all, because he is on my playlist, y'all. That Yahweh, I'm telling y'all. So y'all make sure y'all pump that in y'all vehicles, wherever you at. Share it with your kids, y'all. Like, for real. It's bananas, y'all. He is a great performer. I remember a couple years ago, I actually heard you on the radio, but I had never met you.
Wow,
and I was like, I like his music. Like, I love his music. And then I finally get to meet him, y'all. So I'm excited. And he my brother, like, for real, for real. So, yeah, so it's amazing, y'all, like, for real. So, y'all, we going to get down to the nitty gritty, where everybody really, really want to know. Okay, his topic is called divorce. Okay, this is a deep topic. I think a lot of people need to hear this, because a lot of people are going through went through some of the same things, but they don't know how to get through it. So he's gonna tell you guys his testimony, and like I said, his topic is divorce. All right, so y'all sit back, chill, relax, and listen to what he got to say, y'all, because he might can change you or save you from whatever you going through, y'all. You just never know.
Because we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony.
Yeah,
so on down
yeah, you go ahead, tell your testimony.
So look, I'm going to take you backwards to bring you forwards first. But God told me to share this with y'all before I even really get into my testimony, so you can understand why families and marriages are being attacked. Marriages are the first covenant that God established. And what God showed me this morning as I was on my way here is that he gave Adam identity, then he gave Adam purpose, and then he gave Adam family. Identity, purpose, family. And the enemy hates everything about that. Everything. Because being that that's the first covenant that God gave man and woman, the blessing is the nucleus. The marriage, if the marriage is on point and the marriage is solid, listen, it is the foundation for you to begin to build something that, man, you can leave for your children's 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 children. So if the enemy can stop you from blessing your children's children, then don't you think that's what he gonna do? If God blessed it, then you got to know that the enemy is gonna attack it. And God said that, watch this, they say that family is our first ministry, right? And family your marriage should be the most selfless act that you thing that you do.
Wow.
And you got to rid yourself of self in order for you to have a long-standing marriage. And I think we've allowed too much self into a marriage. We've allowed too much self to creep in. And so the very thing that God created to be the foundation of all our blessings, we are allowing the enemy to rob us. And because it's too convenient now to say, I'm divorcing you, I'm leaving you, this is over with because of this, that, or the third. So God told me to share that with you, and I hope that y'all receive that, man. The marriage is where the blessing, that's the foundation of everything.
Come on.
So if that's not solid, man, I'm telling you, I don't care what you go about doing, your life ain't as solid as it could be. You're not maximizing. So let's get into me. So this is my second marital relationship. The first relationship ended in my wife passing, natural causes, right? So she passed in 2009. Her and I were married for about 8 years, and we had 4 beautiful children. And what's weird is, and I'm gonna be just as transparent as I could be, I wasn't the best husband in that marriage. Very good provider. You know, my wife was a homemaker. Never had to really, you know what I mean, she took care of home. We had 2 cars. We had just got a brand new house before she passed. We were part of a thriving ministry, and then we had left that ministry to birth out a new ministry with our spiritual leaders. And so, man, to people on the outside, you may say, man, they had a perfect life. But my wife was dealing with depression, and I was very, very young. She was medically diagnosed with depression, and I was very, very, and I didn't know this until after she passed. Her parents decided that they should share that with me, and it was like, we felt like we should have told you in the beginning, but we didn't know how to tell you because they wasn't an intricate part of her and our relationship when we first got together. She was actually running from a situation connected to them, and she kind of ran into my arms, and then we kind of just went off and started our own thing. So it's a lot of stuff that I wasn't privy to, I wasn't aware of, that could have allowed me to be more graceful in our relationship. So nevertheless, she passed in 2009. I was left to raise 4 children on my own, and 2 boys, 2 girls at the time. And so I was kind of going through an emotional roller coaster in life and just trying to figure a lot of stuff out. Just dealing with that I wasn't the best man that I could have been, and now I can't fix it at all because she's gone. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that was tough for me. So fast forward about 2.5 years later, I get remarried to an amazing woman, younger, actually 10 years younger than me. And you know, we just, you know, it's crazy how in the beginning man, we were just head over heels for each other, just in love. And you know, she embraced my children right off the bat. They became her children. You know, when she met me, she asked, you know, we actually met in college, and she said, "What do you do?" And I said, "I just hang out with my kids, and then I go to church." And because at the time I was part of a very young ministry, that's where my rap career actually got birthed out. And we were a very youthful ministry. The pastor was youthful. Everything was about the youth. And so, like, for me, it became my everything. My wife had just passed. I moved to Georgia, found this ministry, and it's youthful. It's everything I could have wished for. So I just kind of got locked in, became part of the leadership team, and I'm there. Every day we were open. We had something going on almost every day, and every day I was there being a part of it. So she was like, "Okay, well, I want to hang out with you so I can see." So she did. She began to hang out with me. She was like, "Okay, he literally does go to church all the time." And then when I'm not in church, me and my kids went bowling, to the movies or something like that. So we ended up getting married, and everything was beautiful. Everything was beautiful in the beginning. Like we said, in the beginning, God created heaven. It was all, and it was good. And everything was good, right? And then, you know, I'm gonna say kind of like the smoke and mirrors began to clear, and we began to really learn each other. And I want to highlight that. You know, that's where the work begins, y'all. When you begin to learn each other, and all the I call it the rabbit mentality, because y'all know, and y'all, if you think about what I'm saying, when the rabbit mentality gone and y'all ain't on each other like 2 rabbits, then it's about really what is this relationship gonna be about. And you know, so the work began, and we were solid. We were figuring each other out. We wasn't perfect, but we were figuring each other out. We was really learning each other, and we had some ups, some downs, but we legit, like, it's crazy. We legit loved each other, and we could say that. It's like before our separation, I can remember it like yesterday. She woke up out of her sleep and she just looked at me and she said, "I don't know what my life would be like without you." And I was I shared the same sentiment. I feel the same. And we just, you know, said, "I love you," and you know, we went on about our day.
Wow.
Fast forward to 2019, which I told y'all my whole life changed. I believe in homemaker mentality. My dad was my mom was a homemaker. My dad was a provider, 2-3 jobs, whatever he got to do to take care of his family. I'm the same. So my second wife had been a homemaker for the equivalent time of my first marriage. We were married for 10 years, but she had been a homemaker for 8. And then my youngest son, who was here with me, shout out to Avery, and my oldest, one of my milk son, Anton, they were here. That's my management staff. They with me. My youngest son had got into school, and my wife decided that she wanted to get a job, you know, kind of get out the house and get some stuff going. So she ended up getting a job, and I remember it crazy, man. God woke me up at like 3 in the morning. She had probably been working for about 2 months, 2 or 3 months, and God woke me up at like 3 in the morning, and he said, "Something's not right in your marriage." And my wife knows, like, when God deals with me like this, man, I literally be spot on. Because I'm not one of the holy rollers, or I'm not one that's itching to prophesy. Although I function and all that stuff, God has to really move in and through me for me to do it. It ain't something I'm just out here laying hands and going crazy and prophesying here. Well, it's so sacred to me that I don't play with it. And I'm just not going to be tossing it around everywhere. Even when God give me a word for somebody, I'm cautious because I don't want to give it prematurely. I don't want to give it too late. I want it to be right on time. And I don't want to say nothing, add to it or take away. I want to say exactly what God wants me to say. But God woke me up. He said, "Something not right with your marriage." When I sat up, my wife said, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "God dealing with me." She said, "Oh Lord." I went downstairs and God began to share with me that something is going on. So I told my wife when she got up the next morning, I said, "When I drop the kids off at school, you and I, we need to talk." She said, "Okay, cool." And I'm gonna be real transparent, y'all.
Yeah.
I dropped the kids off from school. I came back home. We were both standing in the kitchen. She said, "What's going on?" And I said, "God said something's not right in our marriage. You know, something's going on." And her eyes watered up.
Wow.
And she said, "Well," and it's crazy, y'all, because around the time this happened, we were in the process of getting our first business. We were getting ready to purchase a hat retail store.
Wow.
So that's how the enemy do. He's always attacking that covenant.
He is.
So she teared up. She said, "I don't know what's going on, but there is this woman at the job," and she was like, "I just don't know what's going on. I got some weird feelings." And I said, "Well, I'm gonna be honest." I said, "Watch this." I said, "Be careful because you know we're in the process of getting this business. You know how the enemy moves." She said, "You're right." So I said, "Just be careful, man. You know how the enemy do." She said, "You're right." Okay. So later on, she went to work. I went to work. She came home. She came home about 2 hours late. I'm like, okay. She came in and, you know, she was high from smoking weed.
Wow.
And I looked at her. She said, "Hey." I said, "Hey." I said, "Where you been?" She said, "Oh, I was just hanging out after work." I said, "Okay, what, 2 hours?" She was like,
"Okay,
what's going on?"
Been there.
Man, I might need to call the boss. Hey, dog, we don't do that. I don't know. So she said, "Yeah, I was hanging out with old girl that we had just talked about," and she was like, "You know, we was smoking and stuff, and now I know this is kind of weird for me to tell, but you know, it is what it is." And you know, she was like, "I kind of realized that it's not worth it to mess my marriage up for it." And then she made a statement that kind of triggered something in me, and she said, and she didn't even try me. And I hesitated, and I said, "Well, I'm gonna ask you a counter question to that, or I'm gonna ask you a counter." I said, "What does that mean?" Because what I hear is, if she would have tried me, then what? And she said, "Nah, I ain't saying that," but that's how I took it.
Yeah.
And so I ain't gonna lie, I lost my cool in the sense of saying I think that we might need to separate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, "Man, you got to think, if we in the process of getting a business." And I shared with you earlier this morning that, you know, how the enemy moves and be careful. And then this is the decision that you make behind our conversation. Then I think that we might need to separate. Not knowing now that meant the end. I'm thinking we spend some time apart and maybe we'll realize, man, how much we love each other and it'll rekindle some stuff and we'll get back together. But I remember it though, and men hear this. When a woman pauses and asks you, "Are you serious?" Understand that is a defining moment for her.
Y'all hear that?
Understand that is a defining moment for her. And she asked me, "Are you serious?" And I said, in the whole rush of answering, "Yep." And she said, "Okay." And so we went through the motions of not really dealing with each other for like a little while until it was time for us to move.
Yeah.
And needless to say, we ended up moving out. So, and I hope I ain't over my time.
No,
Still
you
good?
good,
Okay.
bro. So
we move out, and I'm thinking, okay, she gonna get her own spot. I'm gonna get my own spot, and you know, we gonna work this thing out. So no, listen, she moved out, I moved out, and I'm like trying to feel how she feeling, and she ain't feeling nothing. You know, she shared with me that really hurt her, and that we were splitting like that, and that she felt like I gave up on her, and so. Man, I went through the motions of, is this really over? And so I'm scratching, I'm clawing, I'm fighting for my marriage. And my wife just was not budging. She just was like, "I'm done." And I remember I used to send her like messages and pictures of us and stuff like that. And she wasn't responding like I wanted her to. And then I would call her and try to say stuff, and she still wasn't giving me the feedback I was looking for. And I remember we had a conversation. It started off about the kids, and then I just kind of leaned into my feelings and was asking her some stuff. And she was like, "You know, Rod, I gotta be honest, I just don't love you no more." And my government name is Rodriguez, so she called me Rod. And I remember hearing God. Now watch this. I remember hearing God every time I would try to convict her, because I'm gonna say it like this: she had got herself in a relationship similar to what we talked about. Like it was, she got into some stuff that I was like, what are you doing? And I said, so I was trying to convict her and say, you know you wrong, look how you moving, that's not how you move. And she was like, this person makes me so happy, and so I'm good on what I'm doing. And so every time I would try to convict her, I remember God saying, get out the way. And I'd be like, God, I am out the way, I'm talking nice. You know, I just don't want her to be in something that's gonna lead her down the wrong road. And so I would go on about myself, okay, God, I got you, I'm gonna get out the way. And then we would have another conversation and I would say some stuff and God would say, get out the way. And so I remember when she told me that day that she didn't love me no more, that I accepted it and I said, okay, God, I'm gonna get out the way. It was actually one of the best decisions that I could have made because I just literally got out the way. I stopped convicting. God told me, he said, be loved. Because love, and we need to hear this, love is what changes stuff. The Bible says that love covers a multitude of sins. We got to really believe that. It ain't you condemning nobody or convicting nobody or beating nobody, or those stuff has its place. But understand, it's not for change. It's for keeping people within perimeters. But it's not gonna, that stuff is not gonna be the thing that changes people. It's gonna be the love. Because when I stopped talking to my wife under those, or talking to her about the conviction and stuff like that, and I just began to show her love. Whenever she called me, I was there for her. Whenever she needed to talk, I was there. And so she began to realize that, dang, he ain't tripping like he used to. It began to shift some stuff in her heart. Now, this is the danger. God told me when, not the danger, but this is reality. God told me when we first split, he said, there'll be redemption, keep your heart right. And so in the beginning, like I was sitting still, believing for the redemption, believing for the redemption, believing for the redemption. I'm sitting still, I'm believing. And in the beginning, believing is easy. And then I got to where I got impatient. I'm like, and I asked God at a certain point, I said, okay, God, I'm tired. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. And God will let you have what you want. But you realize it really ain't what you want. It's just what you want in the moment. And so he allowed me to pull all of my feelings out of it, to stop waiting on her, to stop doing anything. But so what's crazy is her heart shifted. But my heart wasn't right. My heart wasn't ready to receive her when she shifted, just like God told me. He said there'll be redemption. She shifted, she came out of her situation. She said, basically, I want to be with you. And I said, watch this. I had got myself into something. I had got myself into an adulterous affair because I decided, I'm being honest, because I was still married. I wasn't divorced. I wasn't, you know what I mean? We were just separated. So I had got myself into something. So my heart had shifted because I'm into something. And what God told me was going to happen, I didn't wait to see the fulfillment of it. I'm into something now. And I began to give my heart to that. And so I'm gonna get to the conclusion of the matter in this testimony. As you can hear, man, divorce really hurts everybody. Thank God that I got some really, for their ages, some really mature children, some really understanding children. But the truth of the matter, we won't notice the total amount of trauma that this whole thing caused on them until they're older and they're really able to express themselves, because we never know. But I can say that through this right here, through this process thus far, they've navigated real well. They've navigated real well. But know that divorce hurts everybody, y'all. And so me and my wife end up divorcing, but the glory to the story is this, that we are like best friends now. We came to this, because I remember even when our heart shifted, I was trying to come out of my situation. And in that, I was entertaining, could we get back together? But I'm seeing stuff, I'm seeing old residue, and I'm like, I just don't want to go back down that road. I've hurt you enough, you've hurt me enough. We came to the conclusion that, man, let's just be good friends. Because somehow in that, we had really became the best of friends again. It was like God took us back to the beginning. She really became my best friend. And if I could be, I'm going to be all the way. You know, we live together right now. We still live together. We take care of our kids. We really get along. What's hers is mine. But what's crazy is we don't even entertain the thought of getting back together. It's good where it's at. So what am I saying to people? Stop letting divorce be this thing that you hate each other and I can't stand you and I'm dealing with, man, we really, she's out in Houston right now. I got the kids. She's out in Houston because God is getting ready to shift her. We talk every day. She called me. She's like, "Oh, God did this and God did that," and I'm like, "Man, that's dope. I'm excited for you, man. Let God move." So, and watch this. We said that we came to a point in our relationship during the separation that we was like, we got it. We're gonna defy the odds because people believe that divorce is like this the end of it. And we said, "No, we're gonna do holidays together. When you get a significant other, me and him are gonna be real cool. Vice versa.
Yeah.
We gotta. It's about the kids.
Yeah, co-parenting. That's so important.
Come on. And it's about ministry. What are we gonna show the world that separates us from the world?
Yeah.
If the world is divorcing and then hating each other, then the body, although divorce should not be something that we're willfully welcoming, even when it happens, we gotta look different.
Yeah.
We got to do it different than the world because people are watching. And when people hear our story, like our homegirls, they say to this day, our homegirls and my folks, they say, "Why y'all won't get remarried?" Because y'all really be cool. We go to the movies together. We go bowling together. We go out of town together. She come to my events. I go to her stuff. She does stuff. She got books out. I got books out. You know what I mean?
No,
like that's really like it's still love in spite of what has become of our quote unquote relationship.
Yes.
So what I want to leave with the people is this: don't allow your divorce or the world's divorce story to be your divorce story. I hope I encourage somebody. I kind of skipped through it because I know it's time.
That's awesome.
But don't allow the world to write your story, man. I'm always telling brothers that when they say, "Well, what about this?" I said, "Man, listen, nobody can write my story.
Yeah.
I'm writing my own story, and it's gonna be different. If my wife, my future wife, her and my past wife are gonna be like this, or else we're not gonna be.
Okay.
Because we're gonna be all one big family.
Yeah,
We still all one big family.
exactly.
In God's eyes, me and my wife are still family.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna honor God by making us still family. It's your favorite brother, Mr. C.h.u.r.c.h, man.
I like that.
Hope I bless him.
Wow. Yes, y'all. That was nice. Yeah, that I didn't know it was gonna turn out like that, but your story is powerful. It's so many people because I have a blended family.
Wow.
Of 5. So I know, what you mean as far as like trying to co-parent, when you have, children from one woman and this vice versa, because I have 2 children, my husband had 3, so when we combined it together, we all had to co-parent.
Right, come on.
That's so important because you want your kids, just because you're not with that person, that don't mean that you can't raise your kids together.
Y'all still try.
That's how it is in the world. People would divorce or break away from each other, and then now you don't see the kids no more.
Yep.
He can't see the kids no more. No,
We can't hang out together. We can't do birthdays together.
Yeah.
No, we became one bigger tribe now.
And it's good for the children.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't look at it like that. So I'm glad that you gave your testimony because I believe that it's going to help a lot of people.
So,
there's a lot of blended families out there that need this. Like seriously need this. So I really do appreciate you guys like tuning in, watching this video. Thank you so much for just really telling your testimony.
Yeah, thank you
because
for
like for real, this is I like this. I'm gonna have to rewatch this video myself, y'all, and just like go back and just listen to everything he was saying because we really need this. Like seriously, especially our kind.
Yeah.
We need this because we'll break away and never see that person again, never want to be around them again. Got hatred in your heart. Like, come on, you
don't make sense. And watch this.
Yeah.
This is what I say, and I don't want to extend it, but I got to get this too. That's still the person that you fell in love with.
It is.
It's still, and watch this, men. I said this to my homeboy because we was going through kind of at the same time. I said, I hope you know you still obligated and responsible for her. When God gave you her soul to lead and guide, God never signed no contract that say it just end because y'all decide y'all don't love each other no more.
Yeah.
No, you still responsible for her soul.
Yeah.
Men, you are still responsible for your ex. However many exes you got, understand? All them souls are still in your hand.
Yeah.
So how you mishandling her or mistreating her, understand?
Yeah.
You're going to go to God and that's going to be a work that he going to ask you, what happened there? Because I equipped you to be able to handle that.
Wow. Yes, this was good, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Can you give them some type of encouragement? Just like a motivational quote, something that you can give to those right now that's actually going through that, but they don't know how to co-parent or pull through with their significant other or ex or whatever when they have children together.
Oh man, that's a That'll take me into a whole... I'm gonna simplify it for you, man. Keep your heart right, man. Keep your heart pure and understand that it's like when you think about this, when you come into a new relationship, you love that person with your all. You know what I mean? You give them your all, you do anything for them. That person that you divorced with was once that person. So don't allow your heart to get toxic where you wishing badness on them and you doing stuff to agitate the situation. If you want to co-parent, I always keep my head low. It was some stuff that was happening in that situation that I did not like. I didn't understand. I would take it to God, and God kept telling me, I got it. Stay out the way. Yeah. Stay out the way. And that's it, guys. It was tough for me to really stay out the way. But now that whole relationship that I was so concerned about and how my kids gonna view that and it's gonna confuse them, man, none of that happened. And it fizzled out. It fizzled out, and I had to give it to God, and I had to get out the way. So watch this. Keep your heart right and give the whole situation to God and stay out the way. You be love. You be a reflection of love, and watch what God do.
Yes, I like it. I like that. Thank you. Y'all make sure y'all follow my brother, Mr. Church, on Facebook, TikTok, social media. Y'all go on all the music platforms. Make sure you put him on your playlist, y'all. I'm telling you, he got some real nice music, y'all. We got an event coming up. Oh, yeah. What you got coming up next? Anything coming up next?
I'm finna go to something now. I'm finna go to the the Purpose Conference right after I leave here.
Wow.
That thing gonna be lit. It's gonna be crazy, but this summer is gonna be crazy, man. I'm gonna try to really turn the heat up this summer. I got like a Walk remix from Kodak Black.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I remixed that, and it's basically the whole concept is walk by faith.
Wow.
So I got the whole little Kodak Black walk. So we're gonna vibe with that, and that's what I'm doing immediately. I just dropped Yahweh. And between now and the end of the year, man, we just gonna go crazy.
All right, y'all make sure y'all stay on this page. You got a lot of events coming up. Duval, make sure you come out and support. Bring your kids, bring your aunties, your uncles, your grandmas, whatever. Bring them, and y'all come and vibe with us, y'all, for real. We got a lot of things coming up this year, and big ups to the Hype Vibe.
Come on, Hype Vibe in the Scotty, yaddy.
Yeah.
Hey, can I big you up, sis? You doing big things out here, man. Salute to you. Yeah, exactly. I like to put people on the spot when I see them out there working too. Watch this. You're doing music. You're an entrepreneur. You're a wife. You're a mother. Man, that's inspiring.
Thank you.
Podcaster.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Many hats. And you wearing them. You're doing them well. So salute.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, we love you guys, and we want to y'all already know how to leave out. Thank you so much for sitting pretty.
What's handsome?
Yeah. I know a change gon' come. Ain't no stress and keep believing. I know a change gon' come. By His grace you still receive. I know a